Welcome back, everybody, to the BSL Season 6 semifinals. We've already had a very surprising start to the day with True Touch 3-0ing DeWalt, and now we've got another PvZ coming up next as the Canadian Protoss player Dragon tries to take on one of the, another one of the most legendary Polish players out there in Bonyth.
Yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle for Dragon because I think everybody just assumes that Bonyth is the favorite here. Now, I was reading chat and people were saying that PvZ is Bonyth's worst matchup, but you also have to remember that Dragon is not a pure Zerg player, right? He plays
that's right.
Protoss. Well, he's an off racer. He plays Protoss versus Terran, Protoss versus Zerg, and Zerg versus Protoss. But I personally use ladder a lot to practice, and if Dragon wants to practice on ladder, you know, he's not guaranteed to get Zerg versus Protoss. But the one benefit is that he's playing on NA, which is 90% Protoss. So at least he has that going for him. But it's still going to be very difficult because Bonyth is a little bit better than NA ladder Protoss.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little.
It's a hard life for race pickers on the current ladder system. I know that at some point they were talking about letting you queue as a race or Q4 specifically a race, but I don't think we're there yet. So for Dragon, I actually introed him as a Protoss player, I think, because he is, I guess, primarily a Protoss player, but he does race pick for versus Protoss. He plays Zerg. But one of the advantages that we've seen consistently from Dragon is that because he plays Protoss mostly, when he race picks Zerg against it, he does the most annoying strategies you could ever do. He knows all of the Protoss players' weak points, and he really leverages that knowledge to great effect. So he has a very uphill battle, like you said, but we've already watched maybe the first or second best Protoss player out there in DeWalt get taken out. So maybe it's not a good day for Protoss, and we just see Bonyth get taken out here too. Once again, very surprisingly. I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited to see. Let's see, our map pool is Sylphid into Caceres, and then Circuit Breaker in the way of an Eddy, and then Heartbeat. What do you think about these maps, Nyoken?
Well, I'm happy that we got Caceres second. So it's funny, if we just go back to the last series and reverse the maps, right? They're almost identical. We had Sylphid we had Sylphid last in the last series, and now it's first, and now we have Caceres. So we're getting every single map, surprisingly. It's not like in round of 8 or round of 16 where every series was Circuit Breaker, Eddy, you know, Benzene or Sylphid like this. We're going to get every single map, so I'm loving that. I'm not sure if there's going to be a favorite on Caceres or Sylphid. I feel like I don't know. I think Sylphid may be a little Zerg favorite, so I'll probably favor Dragon there, and then I'll favor Caceres for Bonyth, because if we get close spawns like we saw True Touch and Gorinich, Bonyth has immaculate Reaver Micro. So if there's spawns like that, you know Reavers are coming, and they're going to deal amazing damage. So I'm excited. We're going to see some very, very cool play definitely coming out in the first two maps.
All right, well, let's get into it without further ado. Okay, just kidding. I'm not in the map or in the lobby. All right, now I'm in the lobby. So as soon as I finish downloading this map, 1 pixel at a time, apparently, we're going to get into game number 1 here. If you guys feel so led, you can, of course, share this information with your friends via whatever social media you want to tell them to come watch the BSL semifinals, because this series should be a great illustration of becoming the best of the best here in BSL. It's game number 1. It's on Sylphid, and it's starting right now between Dragon and Bonyth. All right, welcome everybody to the second semifinals of the BSL Season 6 in the bottom left-hand corner. The map Sylphid in the yellow, or I guess that's orange, as Protoss. This is our Polish Protoss Gosu Bonyth.
And in the top middle, he's the remaining NA player from Canada. It is Dragon. So have you actually ever seen Dragon play Zerg? I have never. I don't think I've ever seen him play Zerg.
Yeah, we've seen it a few times. So I think he had no. That was Kenzie. Yeah. Wow. Now that you mention it, that's actually yeah. I think I'm getting because there's Kenzie, a French Protoss player, also plays either random or he race picks as well. So I guess you're right. I was trying to think what was his earlier group in BSL. I don't actually remember, but
Yeah,
I can go back and check that.
yeah, I don't remember either, and I really honestly have never seen Dragon play, but based on how he plays Protoss, he plays it pretty standard. So I don't
Hmm.
expect anything like unusual from him. I expect 5-hatch Hydra, 6-hatch Hydra, something like that. Now, one of his friends, Beast, when I was playing Protoss for fun, I played Beast on the ladder, and what Beast liked to do is he liked to go mass Hydras. This guy built more Hydras I've ever seen in my life. And whenever they got low, he would morph them into lurkers. A very cute trick to mess up the
Huh.
Zealot AI. And we haven't seen that in BSL just yet, or at least I haven't noticed it.
Yeah.
That could definitely be a possibility.
Well, let's keep an eye on what's happening now. Already, Bonyth's probe is forcing Dragon to make his second hatchery at the third base location, which is still it's just so far away from his base. So Dragon's already a little bit inconvenienced, or a lot inconvenienced, because that hatchery is just so distant.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for him to defend both locations, especially when Bonyth is going for Gateway first. First Zealot is coming out. He's going to have to balance out his link count pretty perfect. And I'm honestly, I don't really like this base. The reason I don't like this base is because of this ramp. Imagine if Bonyth gets one Zealot and a probe on top of that ramp, all of a sudden only two lings, three lings can really get any surface area, and the Zealot is going to trade so effectively. That's going to be it may just snowball immediately in Bonnet's favor, but now he's not sending the Zealot over to the right side. I am kind of surprised he didn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, not only early on, but when you have that first big bust out of like 5-6 Zealots, what a lot of Protoss players are doing, those can easily bust up a ramp, and then all of a sudden it's like, how do you get back up it then either? So here comes the probe and the Zealot. The Zerglings have scouted this out, and they're going to see the second Zealot coming through as well. There's a lot of pressure on this natural expansion, which is actually just might straight up die here. Zealot would actually hit it. There we go. But the lings coming in, it's only 6-8 lings. I don't know if that's going to be good enough to deal with that. I mean, this is Bonyth we're talking about.
Yeah, and he's buying enough time to get a third Zealot over here. Now, Bonyth does have to be a little bit cautious because Dragon can hit from all angles at this. Oh, he's going to choke up the lings, even getting one ling for free. But Bonyth doing a good job making sure he doesn't get caught out of position. Now he's going to meet up with a fourth Zealot. And surprisingly, Dragon already has his lair morphing, so he really hasn't taken much damage other than being forced to build a lot of lings. But behind this, the Nexus is a little bit, I think it's a little slower than normal, but overall, everything is pretty standard. Dragon, he can't engage this. This is 4 Zealots and a probe. They will kill everything.
Now, he's going to be able to try to get into the main here. Now, the biggest piece of information is exactly what you just said. Is the lair on the way? And now, finally, Bonyth is going to scout that. Oh, did he get in range? I don't know. But look at what he's doing. He's just blocking off with 2 Zealots. Sure, they go down. But great trades here for Bonyth in the end. Everything should get taken out here. Everything should get taken out here. Is one Zealot going to stay alive? Oh, my God. He's going to get into the mineral line and scout the lair.
I think that was a good trade for Dragon because now he's cleaned up the Zealots. He caught 2 Zealots out of position. This one Zealot is a hero, still alive, almost got another kill. And what is Bonyth's follow-up? Cybernetics is about halfway done. But Dragon, this lair is super, super fast. He's going to be able to put down his Spire pretty soon. I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. Okay, so it is just standard from him, but remember, he did build a lot of lings in the beginning, but he still has good saturation at his third base. He's now starting to saturate his natural. What is Bonyth's follow-up? It's got to be Stargate. This time, it's a little different from the DeWalt game. He knows exactly what's going on. He's doing damage with the Zealots. Zealots are still alive in the natural. This is a good damage so far from Bonyth.
Bonyth has actually managed to take his zealots from his side of the map and actually deal quite a bit of damage with them. He actually could have maybe picked up a drone there as they were transferring, but either way, this is so difficult to deal with. It forces out so many more lings, and you don't want to be using your larvae here because you want to, I guess, theoretically save them up for Scourge at the very least in a little bit, or drones. But these zealots are once again in the mineral line. They're doing a great job trading against these zerglings. Finally, the drill comes out, but it's actually not in time. Bonyth actually pulls his zealots back to avoid the drill and keeps those two alive.
He may get the spire. It's almost done, and these are two zealots wailing on it. It's below 100 health. So close.
He can actually snipe it. Is he gonna get this? Oh. No way. It spawns and finishes with 43 HP.
Oh my gosh, that was so close. I really thought he was going to get it, but more zealots are coming across the map.
He actually might.
Yeah, he may just go for it.
Yeah, so two zealots will deal more damage than the building health rate increases. So he's gonna wait. Is that a kill?
That's a kill on the hatchery, and that's a very expensive loss.
What?
And now look at these zealots. They're like, "Come at me, bro!
Kill the spire.
I'm going for that spire."
Yeah, nothing can stop this right now. He's gonna kill the hatchery for free, the spire for free. Well, not for free, but like basically. And what is this is not Dragon's first ZBP. He's done it well enough to still want to race pick here, but it's just so unreal to me to see how good Bonyth is at this matchup. If you aren't pixel perfect on everything, Bonyth just has the sickest punishes.
Yeah, Dragon falling a little bit apart here, and he was banking a lot of resources that it did look like he wanted to build mutas, but now with the spire gone, you see him putting down the third hatch at his natural. He put down another hatch at bottom right. He's going into 6-hatch play. He had a lot of resources, but really I don't think that's what he was going for. I think he wanted to go for that muta play, and now Bonyth can do whatever he wants. I'm looking at the main. He only has 2 Sares. Remember, Zerg lost the spire, so I'm surprised that the Sares aren't out on the map trying to get some type of damage done. Luckily, Dragon did build 4 Scourge that I have managed to find, but really, he even loses a Scourge. Really, there's not much anti-air. The Hydra Den is finished for him. It seems like we're just going to go into a big 6-hatch Hydra bust.
Yeah, I definitely thought that there was a chance that Dragon could just try for like an instantaneous all-in like that. Turns out he's going to go up the tech tree a little bit. And let's see, so yeah, Overlord speed, and then a bunch of hatcheries, a bunch of Hydras, and upgrades to follow. I guess that's going to be the way of the day, but let's see how much damage these Corsairs can get, because once again, there is no anti-air aside from a Hydralisk. Okay, there's 2 Hydras, oh no.
Here comes the Scourge. Whoa. Almost got a connection, so that would have been a pretty big pick-off, especially since he can't rebuild any Scourge. But here comes Bonyth with a decent size amount of zealots, but also we've got in 2 Kate boys mixed in. And they have +1, so they're going to be very deadly.
That is true. Okay, well, let's watch our aforementioned Kate boys as they try to run through here. There are quite a few Hydras and a Sunken and SimCity, so let's see how much damage they will get down. They should be target fired first. First one going down, second one going down. And this is still 3 Zealots. And now that the Hydras are fighting the Zealots, the Corsairs can go to town on the Overlords.
Yeah, and there's 4 Sares. They will chew through Overlords very quickly. The Zealots do manage to get cleaned up. But just pay attention to Dragon Supply. He's going to get supply blocked right there. And where's that Zealot? Okay, it did get cleaned up in the main, but now Dragon can't instantly. Oh no, more Overlords exposed. This is all of the supply. This is 5 Overlords. That's literally all of the Overlords on the map for Dragon.
I mean, at least thankfully they have speed, but Corsairs are not slow units either, so oh my god, this is so crazy. He's down to 50 out of 22. I don't know about you, but I'm not feeling 22.
Yeah, this is painful for Dragon. Who's the other? We casted another series where the Zerg also got supply block forever.
Was that also Bonyth? Let me double check this real fast.
Yeah, I can't remember, but the supply blocks are just so punishing. Now Bonyth is attacking again with a small army, maybe getting a little over anxious with this. If he could just solidify, he's got 4 Templars in his main. If he could morph 2 Archons and then do a round of Zealots, I think that could be a killing blow. But as played, he is going to bleed off a couple Zealots, not for free. They did trade decently well. A little bit of a misstep so far. But Dragon needs to get Sunkens up. He needs to start stabilizing pretty quickly because Bonyth is taking his third base. He's got 7 gate up. He's got +2 coming. He's got cybernetic spinning, so the Mass Dragoons are going to be coming out pretty soon.
Okay, tell me more about how Mass Dragoons is the answer to the Mass Hydras. Like, ordinarily, I would say, okay, well, that's great, but actually, we might not even have Mass Hydras, because we're going to lose all the Overlords again. I love this, like, flight of the Overlords. This reminds me of, like, a nature documentary, where, like, the gazelles have to flee from the lions, so they're like, all right, guys, come on, get the family together, we gotta go. And then they're running across there, and then just the lions descend on them, and they kill all of the gazelles, and it's like really sad moment. But you've got like the nature documentary music playing in the background, telling you just how sad it was. But nobody plays that for these Overlords dying. We've still got like the beautiful Protoss, like flute music in the background.
I don't want to hear a beautiful plus Protoss in this ever again. This is not beautiful. All I see from Dragon is a red number on the left side of his supply. He's finally unsupply blocked. These Sares have done so much damage just killing the Overlords, not just killing the Overlords, but now Dragon has overbuilt Overlords. Look, he's at 134 supply. That could have been like 10 Hydras, and now Bonyth is pushing the issue, and there's really nothing here for Dragon. Wow, he's going to push it back. I can't believe it.
What? Wow, Bonyth has some of the most crazy self-control I've seen in a long time. I definitely thought he could absolutely steamroll that. As is, you know, he can still actually deal a decent amount of damage here, at least keep the Hydras busy. But wow, I mean, that's so much resources put just into Overlords, whereas on the other side, we're getting Storm, we're getting Khydarian Amulet, we're getting +2, we're getting Obs, and just getting this third base up and running. Bonyth, he's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, this is like near perfect play, and I always love when Protoss players recognize that they've got map control. It's time to take a base, and the Bonyth has a probe at the bottom. He's going to be taking, well, he may even be taking 5 bases because he's taking top left. Meanwhile, he hasn't lost his army essentially the whole game, and he's pushing out on the map again. He's got 12 goons, 12 zealots, multiple storms. There's Observer. The Sares are still alive. How does Dragon stop this army? He's got a lot of lurkers, but I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, you also don't want to lead with your Corsairs here. Okay, so he's going to catch the army funneling in from the 4th base. That's good. Or 3rd base, I guess it is. But let's keep an eye on the Corsairs. They're going to try to kill off the Overlords to make it easier for everything underneath. Some of the Overlords go down. The rest of the Overlords flying in, but everything on the ground is dying to these Dragoons and the Storms. Oh no! The Storms on the Overlords weakens them all, and the Corsairs might just finish the job. Oh no! Oh, no.
Dragon managed to kill the army, surprisingly, but he did lose all of his Overlords again, and he is supply blocked. Bonyth leading with the Zealots. They took way too much damage. So that was probably about as good as a fight as Dragon could get, and Bonyth finding more Overlords. Oh, it's just permanently red, Rapid!
Oh my goodness. Well, this is not a good day to be an Overlord, Nyokin. I love how, I don't know if this was BM or if it was a good move, but Bonyth was, instead of storming Dragon's army that was killing his army, he just stormed the massive clump of Overlords. And, I mean, he killed off like maybe 12 Overlords that fight. It was just so crazy. Now, Dragon, after rebuilding another 6 Overlords, is at 87 supply, so sick, man. Dragon's been building a lot of Overlords and a lot of drones this game, a lot of Hydras. Eventually, he might need a few extra units in his army composition, but I don't think we're ready for that just yet.
The surprising thing is, look at the supply. Dragon's only down 30 supply. He's got 1/1 upgrades pretty soon. This 3rd base can't be attacked. He's got Hive. He's got everything going for him. He's got 4 base. I don't know how he's doing it, but he somehow recovered very nicely. And as long as Dragon doesn't let Bonyth get 5-6 base, as long as he can thought, oh, he's losing so many lurkers. Well, he does manage to clean up the army again. Dragon, I don't know how he did it, but he's gotten the hive tech, and this is going to be the point in the game where Zerg gets really scary.
Yeah, what am I watching here? If Bonyth is ever in a position where he doesn't look like he's crushing this game, I'm just so impressed, because Dragon has just had so many tribulations this game. Like, whatever word you want to call it, he has been in struggle town, and now it looks like he's kind of stabilized on 4 bases.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what's happened. He's got triple evolution chamber coming pretty soon. He started +2 for his Lings and Carapace. He's got 4 base. He's got hive. He's got 9 hatches. I mean, he's got a ton of production. And there's what I've been waiting for the whole BSL. There's the support bay. He's got speed coming in. This is probably going to be Templar drop, but he does have a Reaver being built behind it. And remember, I was talking about Bonyth with the map control, could take bottom middle, but because he's lost his army twice, supplies are so close. This looks exactly like the True Touch versus the Walk game, where True Touch denied bottom middle.
It really does. Those 6 storms there kill all the Hydras off. But look, there's more Zerg. Look at the Zerg, the blue on the mini-map. It's streaming in from every direction. Dragon is going to surround Bonyth's army, get on the High Templars in the back. Everything's dying to these cracklings. What am I watching? Nyoken, Bonyth just lost his entire army.
Yeah, Dragon, this is one of the best comebacks I've seen. Bonyth just looked like in an unstoppable position, but now he's bled several armies. This is about the 3rd one he's bled. And Dragon, he's on 4 base. He's got a drone going bottom right. This is Sylphid. It's a 3-player map. If he gets bottom right, he's going to have more bases for the entire game. He's also got Lings at bottom middle, denying the 5th base. Look at Bonyth's main and natural. It's mined out. He's essentially on 2 base, but here comes the DT, Templar, Reaver drop into main, every tech possible.
He's just like, I got some units. Here they are. I'm going to drop them all in there. He's going to snipe the Spire. It looks like he's going to at least attempt that. This Reaver needs to maybe build a few more Scarabs. There they go. But yeah, DT's working on the Spire. He gets it. So no more Scourge for now. I think he does still have a few hatching. Yeah, so that's going to chase this shuttle away. Chase this shuttle away.
Yeah, but what does Bonyth do? Sure, he's up 50 supply, but his army is not super strong. It's mostly Zealots at this point. I see 1 Archon. There is a lot of Storm, but really it's not easy to cast that many Storm. Here comes a big Ling Lurker attack. I think he's going to be able to deny this base again, and Dragon has bottom right going up. Has Dragon really gotten back into this game?
I think Dragon actually might be pulling ahead a little bit, because he's going to get another base up in the bottom right-hand corner, and he's going to be able to shut Bonyth down from taking either 5th base option. So even though Bonyth did get a kind of a fast 4th base, which is kind of what's keeping him alive in this game, he can't actually get across the map and do something, which sounds crazy to say.
Yeah, okay, well now Bonyth has made a decent amount of Archons, but 2-2 just kicked in for Zerg, so this is a very strong army, but this... Oh, I thought he was going to drop the Reaver with his army, but no, he's going back into the main. It may just get instantly killed. It's 1 hit. Kill it, please.
Oh my god, the DT going down there. The Reaver getting picked up. The shuttle gets out with no recourse. There's no fairness or justice in this universe, Nyoken. Every drone here going to die. Oh my god. Bonyth, he put like every broken Protoss unit in the shuttle and just killing everything with it.
Yeah, and he just demolished the Zerg army in the middle of the map, but all of Protoss's army is weakened up. Luckily, this Reaver is still alive, still dealing a ton of damage. Finally, it's picked off. If Dragon hadn't taken so much economic damage, there's a real potential that, again, Bonyth could have gotten sandwiched in the middle of the map. But as played, Dragon still strong, still only down 40 supply. He's got his 5th base with a Nidus set up. These Lings at bottom middle is going to deny this probe again. This is so close. I don't know who is favored. I do have to say that Bonyth, he's at 3-1 upgrades, but Zerg, he's starting +3 now. Oh, a huge storm drop at mid right, killing all of the drones.
This gives me life to watch. Just watching the back and forth here. Killing these drones is nice, but it doesn't equalize the economies, because now the 3rd base for Bonyth is almost mined out, and his 4th is basically the only goodness in his life, but there's no gas there. So I don't know where Bonyth goes next. He's going to need to maybe take the pedal off the gas and try to get up another base. Otherwise, he just can't continue playing this game.
Yeah, his third base is mined out. Bonyth is in a real threat of getting starved out because he's on one base in about 30 seconds. Thankfully he's taking top left and he has a bank behind it. But I was getting a little worried. But how does Dragon stop this army this time? He's got armor, he's got shields. This time, there's not many lurkers out right now. They are morphing and they may get caught. But Dragon has a huge flanking army. Bonyth is near max, but where is his real army? This is not a 180 supply army.
I think a lot of it's in probes, but also he's got a decent gateway force back in his third base trying to defend. This is a lot of Archons in the front though, so just Cracklings is not going to cut it right here. Let's see, what else is in production? Just DTs and Archons, it looks like. So here comes the might of Dragon Swarm trying to engulf Bonyth's army, and I think he's going to be able to do it. The Zealots are actually wearing out. There's only two Archons left with this. But this is +3 Protoss. We're watching it in action. And now once again, as is tradition, all of Dragon's overlords are going to die.
Dragon just barely not able to swamp that army. The Archons are so low; they're barely living. So that's unfortunate for Dragon. But Bonyth needs to turn around this army because really, wow, never mind. He's got a lot at his natural. He's got another shuttle with a Reaver mixed in. But Dragon still has bottom, right?
Bonyth way overmade probes. If you look at all the probes that are idle at his third base, all the ones that are idle at his, well, he's just moving them all up to the new base he has coming up. This is the most important thing in the game for Bonyth. If he can keep this base alive, then he'll be able to continue playing the game. If not, then I don't know. I can't even call this game at this point. It's just so crazy back and forth.
I think that Bonyth may finally be able to push through. There's another big drop at the mineral, only top right, wiping out all the drones. And that's
okay, that's crazy.
That's probably gonna be all she wrote because Dragon's saturation really is.
Yeah.
It's just okay at this point. And Bonyth now he's gonna get an influx of minerals on 2 base. He's now killed the army in the middle of the map. Bonyth, just go bottom right, and you'll be in. I don't think there's any way that Bonyth could lose if he goes bottom right at that point.
Man, what an insane game. And even though Bonyth wins it in the end, how crazy good is Dragon? He lost maybe like 50 overlords this game. Like, that's only a slight exaggeration because I just can't fathom how impossibly far behind he was. And now it looks like, it looked at many points during that game as if he had pulled it back and even taken a small lead. But now I think this is going to do it. Once Bonyth shuts down this base. Oh, he's storming the Nidus. Yeah, man. Oh, so good. Bonyth in the end. I think finally will. Okay, that's the money storm on all the drones. Adding insult to injury. GG, Dragon taps out, and Bonyth takes game number 1.
Yeah, I don't know how Dragon did it, but I mean, that got really close. Bonyth did exactly what I did versus Dragon, where if you guys remember the Sylphid game, I had a big drop with 2 tanks and a couple vultures, and then for some reason I attacked with like 10 tanks and lost them all. And that's what Bonyth did. He felt like he had a good spot, but for some reason he was over eager, right? Like, I just want to kill this guy. And he went through his army 2 or 3 times, allowed Dragon to get back into the game. But honestly, I don't know how Dragon stabilized them well, because if it's any other player, I don't think they could recover that well. If we go back into the past, like Hydra, if Hydra had lost 2 overlords, 100% he's out of the game. Like, this is done. Why even play? But Dragon, he did it. I actually think he might be a favorite based on what we just saw. He just has to not be down 5,000 minerals in the first 5 minutes.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves there, Nyoken. I don't know about favorite, but if he can repeat that performance, he's still going to lose in the end. No, if he can repeat that kind of... He lost the game in the end there, Nyoken. You can't take that away from me. But no, I totally agree. Dragon is playing out of his mind good. Not every map is going to be like Sylphid. We get bigger maps, so maybe that means it's harder for Bonyth to get out there and really shut him down. I don't know, but I cannot wait to watch this Canadian Protoss kind of Zerg player play more. Let me check the maps here just a second and see what's coming up next. It looks like Caceres is our next map. Definitely a weirder one because it's got these weird third island bases right outside your main, but definitely one that has a lot of different strats. You cannot play on Caceres like you can on Sylphid. That's my analysis for the day.
Yeah, this is definitely a weird map, just like Blockchain. You're definitely going to see weird builds, and it's also going to matter on spawns. If you get cross spawns, it's going to be completely different than close spawns. And again, just like on Blockchain, I wish we knew who picked this map. I don't know. I personally think it has to be Bonyth, because if he gets close spawns, Reavers are just going to fit into his playstyle.
Yeah.
But Dragon may also have picked this map because, you know, it's not like a lot of people play this map. It's going to have limited practice, and I know for a fact Dragon plays really hard. He will practice all the maps. So I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure who to favor on here. Just strictly from playstyle, I gotta give it to Bonyth a little bit, but I don't know.
I totally agree, Nyoken. I'm in the lobby, you're in the lobby, so is Zero, our production mastermind, floating evilly in the background. But also, I can't wait to see what Dragon is going to pull out here, because it's not just that he practices how to play straight up like that. He practices dirty Zerg cheeses too. So can't wait to find out what's happening in our next game. So let's get into it. The map is Caceres. It's Game 2 in the BSL Season 6 semifinals. All right, hello everybody. We are into game number 2, the BSL semifinals, in the middle of the top of the screen of the map Caceres. This is our Canadian Zerg player, Dragon.
And at the bottom middle, we've got the Polish Protoss. It is Bonyth. This has got to be. This has got to be a mandatory win for Dragons. Again, it's so hard to play from 2-0, but also now that he's gotten spawns like this, I think this is going to be the optimal spawn for him. I think he also has to be feeling pretty good about the Sylphid game. To be down so far and to recover that well, I don't think he's tilted at all. I don't think he's like, oh, well, I just got crushed or anything like that. I think he knows that he's got a good shot. And what is this from Bonyth? In-base Pylon. Are we going to have some more one-base Reaver play? This is what I was expecting from Caceres, some Reaver play, but this isn't close spawn. And he hasn't scouted, so this is kind of blind Reaver play, if that's what he's going to go for.
Well, I mean, when it's Bonyth, like, going for Reavers, I guess, like, it doesn't... You don't have to scout to know that it's a good idea to do. Honestly, I could just watch... I'm surprised there's no, like, montage compilation of Bonyth just running Reavers into people's bases and killing everything. Because that's honestly my favorite thing to watch in the whole world. It's like, I could either breathe oxygen or watch those replays and I'd still survive. So, I think it's maybe a little bit too early to tell, but that's certainly what that kind of telegraphs to us might be coming in the future.
Yeah, so we've got pretty greedy build from Dragon. He's going 12 hatch. Now this could be in response to seeing Bonyth is not top left, but this is Caceres. Even though you've got the close spawn positions by air, they're not very close by ground. So this may be just planned 12 hatch map specific. And there is the gas for Bonyth. It's not going to be 2-gate. It's not going to be Ghost to Dark style. Just run 12 zealots at him. We are going to have some tech play. It's just... The real question is how committed are we going to be on this one base? Is it going to be like a 3-gate Reaver bust, or are we going to go 1-gate Reaver and then expand behind it? We're just going to have to wait and see how committed Bonyth is going to be here with this build.
Probe getting into the main, scouting the pool timing, nothing out of the ordinary. So, you gotta know as Bonyth, you're playing this guy, and you're like, wait a second, doesn't he play Protoss? And he spawns a Zerg, and you're like, okay. Have you ever had that happen in a tournament, Nyoken, where you play somebody you think is going to play one race, and then you see that their race is, like, double quotes, wrong in the lobby?
I went to a WCG, and I actually switched races during the countdown. It was a bit BM, but this guy was a bit BM, but this guy was saying he could beat me with Like it didn't matter in my race, so I had to straighten him out by beating him with both races.
You're a bad person, Dioken. Oh my god, that's dirty.
It's
And then
funny because the next season they said you gotta pick your race before the game started. So I don't know if that was because of me, but that game did stick out for me personally. So I do know what you're talking about. It didn't happen to me, but I've been the one doing it to the other person.
Yeah, I didn't know. Who have I been casting with this whole time? All right. Well, it's a little bit more overt here. Dragon's not being quite as down and dirty as that, but it is still kind of something maybe in Bonyth's mind. It's like, okay, well, I know how Dragon plays Protoss, but it's hard to scout this guy as he plays ZBP. And maybe they've met on ladder while he's practicing off race or something. But usually, we just see overpools as the go-to ZBP build. But I don't think Bonyth is playing the usual PVZ either. So let's see, where's that support bay? All right, there it is.
Yeah, it is coming in. If we remember back to EU versus NA, Beast ended up playing Yeti, and the first game Yeti looked unstoppable with the Reaver because it just had great hits. But I am a bit surprised that Bonyth went for one base Reaver. I think that Dragon has the same thoughts as me, that it's likely going to be some type of Reaver play. But here comes Bonyth already with just a small Zealot Moon army. I don't think he can lose this army. Okay, already one Zealot, because now when his Reaver push actually comes, really all Dragon has to do is sit in his main. He doesn't have to worry about getting busted because you're not afraid of one Reaver with no support. That's just not a threat to you.
Yeah, one Reaver, who care that? I think the biggest thing to watch out for is going to be what might happen before then. So for Bonyth, also, where's the Reaver going to come in? Where do you think the best place is? There's like a wall of minerals at the main. You come in from the left-hand side, so I guess you just run straight in there?
I think you got to come from top, left, or it could also be good to just hit the natural because there's those cliffs. Well, the Overlord is going to overlook it, but you could also come from that angle. Okay, here comes Bonyth. He's loading up his shuttle. He's also gotten speed, so this is a pretty expensive build coming out from Bonyth. His Nexus is delayed. He's even building another pylon, which delays it even longer. And like I said, remember, Dragon knows that he killed most of the ground army. Look where his Hydras are. They're exactly where I expected them to be. They're sitting in the main just waiting for the drop because he knows that's likely where Bonyth is going to head. He's not going to the natural.
Well, shuttle speed is just about to kick in, but it hasn't yet, so this shuttle's still slow. He's actually hitting before shuttle speed finishes, and that's very dangerous against Hydras on the ground, but at least he sees where the Hydras are and is going to try to circumvent them.
Yeah, and I just noticed that Dragon is also no lair. See, here we go. We're unloading the Reaver, but are we really even scared of this? Not really. We've got 12 Hydras, a couple Lings. The Zealots are going to get bled out. Oh, he may even lose the shuttle. Whoa, very close.
Oh, he's still going for it. He's like, oh, I'm taking damage. Oh, there's a lot of Hydras. Don't even care. He's going to the main. He's chasing the drones as they transfer. Yep, there are the Hydras. They're popping right there. He drops the Reaver out ahead of time. He's going to try to pick it up again. He drops it again, but he's going to lose everything. One last Scarab to rule them all. No. Loses those drones there in the end as well. But in the, I mean, that's all Bonyth has.
Yes, so now what is Bonyth thinking? Because he's gotten off a full scout. He saw 3 hatches with no lair. So you're thinking that Dragon is probably going to be busting you. So what does Dragon do in response? He's not busting. He just built a round of drones. He's going to start powering, or is he not? Yeah, he is going to start powering. But Bonyth doesn't know that. Because of that, he's got his Forge coming in. You see him spamming out a second Reaver, another shuttle. Those are all expensive units that he would rather be putting into something else, most likely. Or how many cannons we're going to build? Or we're not going to build any. Wow, he's not building any cannons. So actually, Bonyth is responding to this perfectly. But I do like what Dragon did. Instead of going for the bust, he is just powering. But I am a little worried that we're still only on 3 hatches. I don't see a drone anywhere for a 4th hatch either.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have that anytime soon. What is the follow-up? If you think about like game number 1, there was that weird the probe blocked the natural hatchery, and so Dragon was forced to make it like really far away. But if I remember the map architecture here, the fourth base is also pretty far away. Oh, you'd have to break down the temples. Maybe you can do that with lurkers. But yeah, it's not the easiest to just go 4 hatches immediately after you hold a big attack.
Yeah, and because this is Kaiseris, he's already got the shuttle. He could take mid-left pretty safely. Somehow Dragon
Well,
saw this shuttle. I don't think the Overlords had vision, but he moved his Hydras perfectly. And if these gateways hadn't gone down, we saw, I think we have 3 Reavers in total coming for Bonyth. I really thought we were going to have Scout Reaver, but with these gateways coming down, we're definitely not having that. It is just going to be a standard game. But again, I'm still worried. We're still 3 hatch for Zerg. This feels kind of all-in-ish, but maybe he has to because he knows that Bonyth is building a lot of Reavers.
Well, that one of the problems with going Reaver Rush is that you don't have any Corsairs, and that means that your Zerg opponent can just go Mutas against you. And I absolutely think this could just be 3-hatch Muta. As soon as the Spire finishes, I guess we'll know. But Mutas are a great way to push the shuttle back. They're a great way to like really get the harass across the map to hurt the Protoss player. There's no cannons in Bonyth's mineral lines, so you can just run in there and kill every probe. So yeah, there's the 9 Mutas on the way.
Yeah, that's a great call. What I also like that Dragon has done is he's kept the shuttle on the outskirts. That means Bonyth doesn't know that the Spire even exists. So he's not going to be suspecting this at all. Also, because he hasn't been scouting around the map, he doesn't know necessarily that Dragon only has 3 hatches. Now that he sees these 2 hatches going down at the mineral only, he may actually suspect that, hey, why do you still only have 3 hatches for so long? And we may see some cannons get thrown down in desperation. The observer is now going to see the Mutas, and we just got to pay attention to the main. He's got to get cannons down right now.
Yep, where's our panic cannons? Wait, what? How does he expect to defend this?
I guess he missed it. I don't think he saw it.
Yeah, there's 0 reaction here for Bonyth. I guess Bonyth just dies. Well, crap. Okay. This is actually really impressive by Dragon that he was able to pull something over so well on Bonyth. Like, Bonyth has nothing back at home. Bonyth will lose every unit now. So he's going for one last ditch effort. He's got 2 Reavers and a shuttle, so that's scary. But he will lose everything back at home.
Yeah, this is a base trade because there's no cannon at the natural either. But Dragon, you gotta start spamming Sunkens, man. Like, this is a very strong army from Protoss. And okay, now he's spamming Sunkens. He's just gonna sacrifice these hatcheries. I think that was a good move because the Sunkens are so late. Yeah, now Dragon is turning around, but he killed almost every single probe from Bonyth. But here comes the one big attack from Bonyth. Reaver on the front, he got exposed.
Yeah, let's see. Good pickup in the shuttle. The front Reaver gets picked up and taken back there as well. One Reaver sniped there by the Mutas, and Dragoons do not deal well with Mutas. Look at the Hydras in the front. They're trying to break through the Dragoons on the ground. The shuttle's getting picked off. The Mutas return, and they will pick this shuttle off with it. The Reavers will die as well. And that is going to basically do it. There's a few more Dragoons left over and one lone Reaver in the middle of the map.
So Dragon is going to take this game unless Bonyth has some sort of miracle. There's just no anti-air to deal with these Mutas. We didn't even build cannons in our main again.
Oh,
the
wow.
Scourge are just sitting there. Yeah.
Well, I concur in Iokin. I do believe that Bonyth is quite dead. And again, we find ourselves in a spot where, I don't know about the state of ZVP at the moment, but it certainly seems as if our Zerg players are having a great day today.
Yeah, Dragon playing extremely well. Gonna go 1-1 in this best of 5. That he needed that game 100%. Now he's gonna have Circuit Breaker, I think, as our 3rd map. He can be up 2-1.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Bonyth is gonna have the pressure. Remember, there's no pressure on players like myself and Dragon. People already discounted them to get to top 4 or whatever. So the pressure is on Bonyth. If you go down 2-1, for sure, Dragon can win this 3-1.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even if Bonyth brings it back 2 games, which he's absolutely capable of, I mean, Dragon, he's got something in the tank after this. And our last map is Heartbeat too, so you got to have some weird strats for that map, because Dragon is one of these players, like you said earlier, that does prepare for the strangest of outcomes. So I'm excited to see what happens on Circuit Breaker, because it is basically our last like super standard map. Eddie's a little bit weird, and then certainly Heartbeat is a strange one. So yeah, I don't know what to expect, but I'm really happy and kind of surprised that Dragon is having so much success.
Yeah, because I didn't know what to expect from Dragon. I know he's great. I know he plays standard, but I've never seen it. So this has been impressive play. I've loved his macro so far. It's just amazing. And he's showing that he can keep up with the best. Like everybody in BSL top 16, I wasn't kidding when I was talking. People are very close in skill. Like, sure, DeWalt is 2480, or Bonyth is 2480, but the rest of the players are 2350. There's really not that big of a gap. It just comes down to who plays the best on that day. And Dragon's showing that when he plays well, 100% he can kill Bonyth.
For sure. Well, even though my co-caster is loading in on stream, we are loading into this game here. At least we should be in just a second. The map is Circuit Breaker. It is game number 3, the BSL semifinals, with Dragon up 2-0 over Bonyth. All right, welcome everybody to game number 3, the BSL semifinals. In the bottom right-hand corner, in the brown, up 2-0 in this series, this is Dragon.
No, it's 1-1. If it was 2-0,
wait, what? 1-1? What am I talking about? Okay, I promise I watched that last game. So I was thinking about game number 1, and I remember when Dragon was about to bring it back, and I was like, oh my god, Dragon's gonna win this game. It was such a surprising moment to me. That's what stuck in my brain. You're right, it is 1-1 in the series. I'm so happy that I have people who actually know what they're talking about here.
Yeah, and we got top right. It is Bonyth, and he's had good success with that gateway play. He was in a great position. I think he should go for it again, and that probe is setting up to go for some gateway aggression. And this time, Dragon is going to first scout again, just like on Sylphid. He handled it well in the beginning. We got to not lose 10 overlords to these stairs, and then I think we're going to be good to go.
Yeah. All right, I like Nyokin's steps to ZVP success. It's like step 1, don't lose 50 overlords. Man, that game, that was a tragedy, watching all those overlords die. It's like that thing that you secretly enjoy deep down inside, but you never actually tell anybody. This is a key to success there. Well, I don't think that we'll see another game like that. This is a much bigger map, and Bonyth is scouting incorrectly, so he won't be able to block the hatchery like he did in game number 1.
Yeah, and this time Dragon has gone for Overpool. I'm going to be paying attention to this Overlord. Is it going to continue to go? Is it going to stop? Because now that Bonyth has scouted incorrectly, if this probe... Okay, it's going to go bottom right, but the Zealot may go top left, which is going to be, a few extra seconds that the Zealot's not going down bottom right. But now the Overlord is going to show itself, so Bonyth knows exactly where Dragon is. And what is Dragon going to go for? We saw True Touch go for the closed third base. Is Dragon going to go for split map? We also saw a closed third base on Sylphid, but that was kind of a funky game where he was forced to build his second hatch at mid right. So not clear if we're going to go split map or close third base just yet.
Yeah, I would expect him to put it close, just because it's a lot easier when you have those ramps to defend everything. But I mean, if he wants to take another main, that would be, I guess, a little bit premature at this point. In the first game that we saw True Touch play versus on blockchain, he went 3 hatch before pool. I'm just like, wow, this is about the fastest you can get 3 hatches out. So I don't think this is gonna be quite that fast. Yeah, just the standard 3-minute third base.
Yep, it's going to be mineral only. He got the probe, so that's a nice pick off. Two Zealots much weaker when they don't have the probe combined with them. But Bonyth still has 2 Zealots alive. He's rallying a third. Is he going to get any drone kills this time? Not just yet.
I'm waiting. I believe in every Bonyth Zealot in the world. These things can do amazing things. And now Zealot number 2, he is parked right outside the natural.
I love when Protoss players do this. Like, it's just so annoying.
Oh yeah.
It's like a non-commitment from the Protoss. Also, this is literally what, 200 minerals. It's negligible. It's just dealing so much. Look how many lanes Dragon has built. He hasn't killed a single zealot yet.
Okay, finally gets one, but no, you're right. These are like paparazzi zealots. They're annoying just by being there. And then when you try to tell them to leave, they're just like, "What? I can just stand here. What? What do you mean I can't be here?" It's like, "No, you're being annoying. So please leave. Thank you." The bouncers are Zerglings. We're gonna stop those zealots from being annoying anymore. And okay, as long as he can. How is there still another one? All right. See, if this were TT1, he would save up all 3 to 4 of those zealots, and then hit at 430, and you're like, how does this guy have 5 zealots? He's killing me right now. Is he gonna get another drone? Oh my god, that was so close.
He got 2 drones there, almost a third. But yeah. The one thing that Bonyth missed is Dragon's speed just kicked in, and behind this, okay, he's not building any more lanes. But I thought he may, because look at the wall for Bonyth right now. If he had built lanes and just insta-went, there is a gap at the top of the gateway. Luckily for Bonyth, Dragon is not doing that. It could have been a big threat for him. But what is Bonyth's follow-up going to be? Cybernetics is halfway done. This time, remember the Sylphid game, where when Dragon was in real crisis mode, he was still macroing properly, still had his lair, still had everything going. This time, I don't see no lair. So are we going to have a big Hydra bust? He also doesn't have a lot of gas. This looks like we may have some type of Nemu style with the 5-6 hatch before we see any sort of tech play into mass Hydras.
Nemu style, man. Oh, what a legend. I totally agree. Behind that, Dragon has built nothing, but I think we're on 13 drones in a row after pushing those zealots back. So we are just going to have insanity economy behind this. I've never seen quite that overreaction. Well, not overreaction, but just insane droning behind all that. Because he knows basically there's no way that Bonyth can get back out on the map because he lost so many zealots early on.
Well, this is going to be curious for Dragon because he saw the Stargate, but now Bonyth built a Dragoon. And really, when you're building a Dragoon, like a lot of times that means you're trying to hide something. So I'd be skeptical if that Citadel that he saw, if that's going to be a real Citadel. Is Bonyth going to try and pull out that Scout Reaver play? Or are we going to see some weird shenanigans go down? Or are we going to see 5-6 gate and go mass goon? I don't know. But Dragon does have his lair started. He's got 5 hatch. He's got speed coming in for his Hydra play, or for his Hydras. He just wanted to get up that econ so fast. He didn't like. I don't know. This is a weird variation coming out from him.
Yeah, it sure is. Usually, if you're going to go Scout Reaver, then you want to turtle on 3 bases. So usually on maps that have like a safe third, especially if you can wind up getting 3 gas, because those Scouts are expensive. So this is going to look a lot more normal. This is just going to be Corsair DT all over again. But maybe it'll work a little bit better if these Corsairs can get in and once again have an Overlord hunting party.
Yeah, we don't see +1 just started for Bonyth on the stairs just yet, so they're not going to be as deadly, but his +1 for his round is almost done, and now that he's got his 4 gates, he's going to go from 3 zealots and a Dragoon up to 7, 11 zealots pretty quickly. And I was going to say, is Dragon going to be ready? But the timer is already 7:30, so you know that this is about when Protoss is going to attack. So I think he's going to be ready at this point. You see him building a sunken at his 3rd base. No sunkens at his natural just yet, but he does need to get 1 down at least, I think, because here comes the big gateway flood.
Yeah, it's coming. And the Zerglings will scout it, so he should be prepared. Let's see what the preparation is. Looks like just SimCity with Hydras, but He could use a third building as part of that Sim City. I mean, it's still kind of wide open, but at least it's going to block the ramp.
Yeah, this is a ton of Hydras, but this is 7 Zealots with +1. Bonyth getting a good angle, even forcing a drone. Wow, tons of units at the bottom. Also, Dragon didn't necessarily need to pull those drones, but he did make sure that he's safe. But this is looking exactly like my experience versus Beast on the ladder. Beast just had so many Hydras, like endless Hydras, didn't really build any static D. That's exactly what we're seeing here. We just have tons of Hydras coming out from Dragon. Don't lose the Overlords, please. It hurts.
It does hurt. We saw how many go down in the last game. But yeah, there's those Corsairs camping in the middle. I don't know what I was trying to combine there, but yeah, camping in the main, and now they're going to come out right as the Overlords pop, and already we're going to start to see a few go down. The DTs actually might get taken out before Overlords do, but in the end, we're still going to see a few casualties.
Yeah,
oh no, not over the Hydras! No! Oh! Lose every Corsair! It's terrible!
He did kill a lot of Overlords. Now he lost his Sairs. And Dragon does have a decent amount of gas, but at least Bonyth has confirmed there's no Spire, at least not from what he scouted. So I don't think he's got to be worried about any mutas coming in. And he's not going to overbuild Sairs like we saw the Walt do. But Dragon, remember, he essentially didn't lose any Hydras throughout this attack. He lost Overlords. And there's really not much for Bonyth. Do these Templars even have Storm? I think they do.
Yeah, I think they do as well. But at the same time,
Oh!
even with Storm, oh man, that's not a great first Storm. Second Storm's on the money, but still only 4 cannons here. He's letting the Hydras across the bridges, and a lot of times that can be one of the hardest parts of attacking a natural on Circuit Breaker. But he's across the bridges already. I think he's ready to go, or not. Okay, he's going back home.
Yeah, I think Bonyth, if Dragon was to go for it, I think Bonyth would just smash it because he's got 9 gates now. He's going to be able to pump out so many Zealots so fast. You also have to remember that Dragon was supply block for a long time, and here comes Bonyth already. He's going to try and pick off a few Hydras for free, and I think Bonyth really, if he just morphed these into Archons or just did one cycle of Dragoons, I don't know how Dragon can stop it because there's just not that many Hydras other than this one group out on the map.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he pulled back because he wasn't really going to commit, but now it looks like he is back at it again. At least going to take down the Forge, and this is going to actually cancel +2.
Yeah, he's going to get a cancel on +2. Oh, is he? It's so low. He may not. And if he... Okay, he does get it. I thought he was going to lose more there, but this is probably going to trigger the attack from Bonyth. And this is an anti-timing for Dragon because the Hydrogen Lurker upgrade is 99% done, but we've got to factor in the morph time. So if Bonyth goes right now, I think he'll just kill Dragon. But if he hesitates, Dragon's going to get his Lurkers up. Attacking across bridges is so difficult for Protoss, especially with the hatcheries and the Sunkens and the Evolution Chamber wall. And then Dragon will be on 4 base. But I guess Bonyth has decided he's not going to attack. No, he is going to attack while taking a 3rd base behind it. But there's those Lurkers morphing. Look at the platform. There's 10 of them morphing. They're halfway done. I guess they will get up. But imagine if Bonyth had turned around and just went right, like, immediately. These would all get stormed to death. So Bonyth may have just barely missed his window of opportunity.
Yeah, looks like okay, as long as they burrow. Okay, spreading them prematurely, and only a couple burrowed. He actually didn't burrow most Lurkers. Okay, now here we go. But that gives Dragon or Bonyth the opportunity to know where they are, storm them down. These Lurkers are actually evaporating way faster than I expected them to. So with Bonyth able to crush up this high ground, if he can take control of this, then all of a sudden it's a brilliant fight. Does he actually have any more storms? I think he's out of storm, but he still has an overwhelming number of Dragoons.
Yeah, there's just too much critical mass for Bonyth. And Dragon GG's out. Wow, I can't believe That happened. Just no supporting cast with the lurkers allowed Bonyth to move up there and into position, unlike the DeWalt True Touch game. Remember those 4 lurkers from True Touch on the platform survived
Oh yeah.
forever. But this time, clearing out those initial 3 lurkers allowed Bonyth to get high ground, and then Dragoon versus lurkers with no support, they just insta-die.
Well, that's the way the cookie or the Zerg player crumbles. I saw exactly like you pointed out, Nyokin. I saw like 10 lurkers morphing on high ground. I'm like, okay, lurkers, high ground. There's 10 of them. Okay, we're good. but no, Bonyth just steamrolls him. I mean, what more could you possibly want? What an incredible series this has already been. But 2-1 for Bonyth really does sort of give the staging area for him to kind of close this out 3-1. But if Dragon can bring it back, our last map's Heartbeat, and that could be a fun one.
Yeah, I hope we make it to Heartbeat. That's. Did we see Protoss vs Zerg on there yet?
Yeah, I want to say yes in the round of 32.
I know we saw Koget versus Dandy, but I don't think we've seen many games on Heartbeat, so that would be interesting to watch. I know Gornich ran the show when there was the ladder tournament, just constant Zerg versus Terran the whole way through, but I don't think I've seen a Zerg versus Protoss there yet, so I'm hoping that Dragon can bring it back on Eddie.
I hope so too. I want this to be a really close series because honestly, I can't believe how good this series is going. Because when you look at Bonyth, I think everybody expects him to get to the finals. But I mean, Dragon is the reason that we actually play series because you cannot count him out of anything. Even if you're just going off name value, well, you better start to remember the name because Dragon is really living up to the hype here. Even though, keep in mind, this is not his main race, but it is a matchup that he really prefers. So I think you can start to see why.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon's just great. He's playing exactly, I guess, how I imagined, even though I've never seen him play Zerg. It's just super solid across the board. He's doing well. I don't think he needs to change anything, really. He just needs to play it a little bit better, just like what you just saw. Just we need more support with the lurkers, and then for sure he could have held that. And he's got a good map on In the Way of an Eddy. I don't think it's Protoss favored, but I know somebody in the chat pointed out to me when I kept saying blockchain is hard for Terran that somehow Terran had a winning rate 60% versus Zerg and Protoss. So maybe I'm wrong, but I imagine that this has got to be a good Zerg versus Protoss map.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. So I'm ready to go. Oh, it says invalid. No, I'm not. I thought I hit the password, but I mistyped it. All right. So now I'm ready to go. So let's get into it. It's game number 4 on In the Way of an Eddy. We have to win this. Dragon has to win this game in order to take us to an ace match and so that we get a chance to watch Heartbeat. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's map 4 between Dragon and Bonyth. All right, here we are, starting off in the bottom left-hand corner of In the Way of an Eddy. In the teal, as Protoss, this is Bonyth.
And in the bottom right, he needs your energy because he's got to win this game. He's the last NA player. He needs it. It is Dragon. Oh, I so hope he wins this game. Not just because he's NA, but also because I want to see Zerg versus Protoss. It's such an interesting matchup on a map like Heartbeat. Instant 4-base. We got the semi-island. It's definitely going to be an unstandard game. If Bonyth is going to pull out the Scout Reaver, that's got to be it. You're going to have 4-base where it's very easy to defend. So I really hope we get that matched up.
Yeah, this is actually a beautiful map for that that composition as well. So, oh man, I hope so. That's one of my favorite like builds in the entire game is watching Scout Reaver because it's so wacky, it's so rare, but then you get it and it's just when it's done by an amazing player, it just looks so broken. I remember watching, I think it was DeWalt do that. He turtled on 80 supply versus a maxed out Zerg player for almost 25 minutes. It was crazy. It was like a 45-minute game. It was a thing of beauty. But let's not talk about it because it's kind of rare. I think we're just going to see exactly the same kind of starts from both players as we did last game. So, although it is a what is that, 12 pool? Yeah, from Dragon instead of overpool. Or was that overpool? Sorry, I missed it.
Overpool, and we have another gateway expand for Bonyth. Also remember that DeWalt was playing gateway expand often in his series, so gateway expand may be making another comeback, maybe map specific where it's uncommon to use gateway expand, so maybe that's why Bonyth is going for it here to catch Dragon off guard, especially since he knows that Dragon plays Protoss, so it could be some kind of Protoss mind games going down. But I don't know. Bonyth has had good success the whole time with this gateway expand. I don't blame him for doing it. Like, how many drones did he get last time? Like 2 or 3, but he also forced out like 20 lings. It's been pretty devastating every time he's done it. And again, Dragon, he's gotten off a first scout, so he sees it coming.
Yeah, so once you see this coming, I don't know if there's an excuse for overmaking lings unless you just don't control them correctly, or maybe Bonyth controls the zealots just really, really well. He's really trying to take this probe down, or at least push it away, so that the zealot and probe have, a longer distance to get across here. I don't know necessarily what to expect other than maybe a little bit more of the same, but with Dragon trying to make slightly less workers. Or slightly less Zerglings, so that he can make more workers. Because Dragon had this crazy swell of like 13 drones after he finally pushed the Zealots out of his base. Let's see if he goes for something similar to that.
Dragon is mining gas on 2 hatch. Oh, he caught the Zealots!
Ooh, okay, that's definitely different. Now all of a sudden, instead of putting pressure on, these Zerglings are going to kill 2 Zealots, and maybe even a 3rd one if he can't make it back home in time. Yeah, he's going to get the 3rd Zealot. Oh man, this is way better for Dragon.
Yeah, and every game we've seen Bonyth go for this style, he's built like 5 Zealots. It's not like he's only built 1 or 2 and then built a forge and expanded behind it. And Dragon's getting speed, and there's 1 Zealot for defense here. There's no cannons behind it. He may just, oh no, bonus Zealot.
Oh no,
it was barely out of position. But he can just look at the surface area on the gate. This will go down. That's not
either
like
it'll go
caught.
Yeah, either it'll go down or he'll kill this Zealot. The Zealot's on like a quarter HP. And so yeah, the gateway is actually going to go down here if the Zealot can't glitch through the probes. All right, so the Zealots, the probes, they're all getting out here. But even still, if the Zealot goes down, if these probes go down, that's all bad for Bonyth.
Amazing probe control with this Zealot. It's gonna allow the Is that Zealot really gonna live?
No,
Are you joking?
No. Okay, so he gets a ling in.
Yeah, but that's all he needs because he's got Mass Ling coming behind it. Dragon's all in. Tournament life online. 2 hatch Mass Ling. This is it.
This is so clutch. This is so exciting. The Ling's funneling across the map, but the cannon is up and the probes are blocking with the Zealot in the hole on the wall. So even though we are going to see a Ling flood, there's still a lair behind this, keep in mind.
Oh, he does have the lair going, but the probe sees it. So he knows that there's a lair coming. He knows that there's more Lings on the way. And now Dragon is transitioning into drones, but this is, I feel like it's too late. I don't see how transitioning at this point is gonna really be that good. Bonyth already has his Nexus up. The really only thing slow for Bonyth is his tech, but he doesn't have the tech when the guy's just building Mass Ling. He just has to make sure he's constantly building Zealot, making cannons. Oh no, is Bonyth really just gonna move out right here?
Gets 1 Ling for free. I think maybe best case scenario is you run in, snipe the gateway and run away, but even then you're losing Zerglings and you can't afford to do that. Because behind this, he is going to go, did he cancel the lair? Yeah, he canceled the lair and is building Hydras, so he's going to 2 hatch Hydra him behind this.
This is crazy. This is some old school stuff. I really thought when I saw the Hydra that he was gonna go for some type of lurker bust, but he's gonna risk it all with 2 hatch Hydra. The probe was in the base, so the probe did see that drones were being built. And also because he saw the lair, he's gonna suspect that this is Mutaplay. So if he overbuilds cannons at the main, that means they're not going to be at the front if he builds cannons at the natural, but in the probe line, that's also not at the front. So Dragon's going to have a one punch window, maybe go with 10 Hydras, and there's really not a lot for Bonyth. There's 2 gates, 5 zealots. That's it.
Right. Also, even if this does get scouted, it's not going to look like what it is either, because wait a second. What am I thinking of? Okay, so he's going for Hydra range instead of Hydra speed, which means that even if you see a Hydra, maybe you'll think about what it is, but you won't see the speed, which can be a tell about it being a rush. But either way, I think this is pretty easy to tell once the Hydras show up that it is just going to be a 2-hatch Hydra. All in that gateway still hasn't regenerated very many shields. It's only on 100 shields right now with 150 HP behind it.
I don't know how Bonyth stops this. He's not building any more zealots. He's not building any more cannons. There's the Sair that just came out. He built a cannon in his main. That ain't gonna help him. The Sair isn't even gonna see it. I was just saying how really the only thing that was slow for Bonyth was his tech, and he's gonna see the 4 drones at the natural and be like, "Uh-oh, I'm getting all in." But he missed the Hydra that popped out at the natural. He still doesn't know, and all of a sudden Hydras are at his door. He's got to build like 5 cannons instantly.
Man. Yeah, this is that Scotty build. He just doesn't know. He's going to hit the 1 cannon down. There's 4 coming up behind it. There's still only 1 cannon left here, but he should be able to target that down. I don't know why he doesn't just get rid of the gateway here. Second cannon is going to go down. I'm not sure how many other cannons are going to be able to come up behind us. Probes are drilling through, but even the Zerglings are just going to take care of that. The Hydra's dealing terrible damage to everything that's outside the wall, and even everything inside it might not even get a chance to come up here. Yeah, these cannons are not going to come up here. Is Dragon the mastermind we always knew he was? The cannons are down.
Rapid, this gateway is still alive. Oh, I was gonna say you could get a DT out, but no, Bonyth gonna go down, and it's 2-2 ace or final match on Heartbeat. Rapid, I'm so excited.
How did we get here, Nyoken? What a beautiful game Brood War is, and truly how beautiful are both of our players here. Just incredible series. You know how much guts it takes to, first of all, build all those lings, and then maybe try to get through with that. Then you realize you were building all these lings, you can't do anything because Bonyth's control his micro there to stop the gateway from going down, defend it perfectly with probes and zealots. So crazy. So you try this Ling attack, it doesn't work. Bonyth holds on and is a god. You think to yourself, oh my god, my tournament life is on the line. A trip to the BSL Grand Finals. How do I get there? You cancel your lair, you build range instead of speed, you barely escape being scouted by all of these scouts, and get all those Hydras to the front door and just bop Bonyth out of the game. What an incredible win for Dragon to take us to a final Game 5.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of players that have that switch, right, where they see an opening and they just go for it. Like, I'm reminded of Last versus Rain. Like, you gotta have you gotta be pretty confident in your play to go for something like that. Like with Last versus Rain, where you proxy the factory, that's some balls to do that. So I'm loving it from Dragon, and I also love that he didn't win with it in the first game. Now he's won with it on the essentially the final match, or close to the final match. Now Bonyth really has to be worried about, okay, Dragon has played standard the whole way, but now I just got super all in, and now we're on the match that matters the most on a weird map. So now what is Dragon? What am I gonna be facing from Bonyth's point of view?
That's right. It's on Heartbeat. So if you guys don't know this map, don't worry. We're all on kind of the same page. It is it's a strange one for sure. It's got these weird high ground platforms that are like third base islands with vulnerable minerals, so you can't mine from them for free. It's just such a strange construction. If you try to move through the middle of the map, good luck, because these heart-shaped not pylons, but like obelisks will stop your units from like being like clumping up. It's really, really strange. And how fitting that this is a strange map for what has been a very strange series. I don't know how to call this, Nyoken.
You call it for NA, baby. NA all the way. I'm hoping the NA power. I don't see Avilov in the chat. He's probably hiding because he knows what's about to happen.
I love it. Where's the E representation? I don't know. Also, we've got TT1, the fellow Canadian brethren of Dragon here, cheering him on too. So that's 2 Canadians to 0 Europeans. It's not a good It's not a good ratio. All right, I'm in the game. Let's do it. Let's finish off the BSL semifinals here in style on the map Heartbeat. It's game 5 between Bonyth and Dragon. I'll read the copy pasta in a second, but let's start out by introducing our players in the upper left-hand corner. In the orange, playing Protoss from Poland, it is Bonyth.
And in the top right, he's showing that not only can he play Protoss, he can also play Zerg. It is Dragon. Yeah,
Europe was founded in. Sorry, I gotta do this. Europe was founded in 1848 by Walker Texas Ranger when he rode a horse across the Atlantic and called it Eastern USA, which is abbreviated as EU. Like, okay, sorry, just had to get that out of the way. Now you can talk about the actual.
I love that. I love that specific one. I don't know how these people come up with stuff like that, but they're hilarious. Anyways, we've got the Polish Protoss Hope in the top left. It is Bonyth.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, I think I DC'd there for a second. I gotta kind of get my composure ready because this has been such an incredible series. Also, for everyone asking, it is about 6 a.m. in the morning, and it's a little bit early over here. So at least I know what the score is now. It's 2-2. And it doesn't get much more epic than this. We're seeing, again, an overpool here from Dragon, and so I think we're going to have a standard start, but with a pylon on the low ground. We're not going to have any of these one-base Reaver shenanigans.
No, we're just going to go with what has worked all day long up until the last game. Dragon pulling out a crazy build to turn it around. We're just got another Gateway Expand overpool coming out for Dragon. Again, Bonyth gets this fast scout off. And he's going to deny this hatch, and this is going to be, I'm guessing, Sylphid all over again. The drone is most likely going to go to mid right. Oh, no. Is he going to go to top middle? No, you can't go to top middle. Don't do it.
Where? Oh, my. Is this turning into, like, a scouting drone? Like, I assume it's going to build a... No way, like, actually hatches them or something. No. Okay. It lagged there for a second. I thought it was stopping. But, no, he's just going to go in and scout. He's like, wait, I can't build a base there.
Yeah, it did seem like he wanted to build it there, but now that Bonyth is there, he can't build there. Now he can't build top middle either. Whoa, Dragon's hatch is really delayed. And this probe, is it going to come back and block it? If it comes back and block it,
oh man,
Dragon did send one to mid right. I didn't see it, so he does get his hatch set up right there. It looks like Sylphid all over again.
This is 6 lings. This is that's a lot. Certainly going to force the probe away, but it's not going to deny it scouting that the base is coming up at the 3 o'clock location. So that's pretty much the main information that Bonyth needs right now. Obviously, you can bring it back around and scout ling numbers, but seeing 6 already should let you know that this is some pretty serious business.
Yeah, but this is the one game Dragon didn't scout first, and you see all of his lings are out of position. Bonyth knows they're out of position, and now he's gotten to the main. And instead of having those 12 lings like we had on Circuit Breaker, now he's got to defend off 2 Zealots with 4 6 lings plus the drone line. How many drones can Bonyth get this time? Oh, is he going to get surrounded? No, don't get surrounded.
Oh, wow. Those Zealots are coated in butter, man. I don't know how they keep getting out. Keep in mind, look at the number of lings here. Bonyth sees this and should know already. That is a gigantic number of Zerglings. You know what? The Zealots don't care because they're right behind the middle. Is he going to get a drone? Oh, my God. Look at how that Zealot can just peek out and start harassing drones. This is so crazy.
Man, Dragon just barely missed this around, allowing those Zealots to get into the back of the base. And this time, Bonyth, we see a little bit of a deviation. Remember last time I was talking about how late his forge is. This time you see it's much faster. He has less Zealots. It's only 4 in comparison to 5. Dragon, he's got his lair going. The Zealot sees the lair building. But based on last game, this doesn't mean anything. We could have a cancel. We could have a bust. The Overlord is in position. He sees exactly what's going on. Will Dragon cancel? I don't think he's
Waiting.
going to.
No, if he did, that would be like the biggest of the big brain. Oh, he did it! He canceled it!
Oh!
No way! I love it! All right, 2 games in a row. Dragon is consulting his like psychic game sense, goes through map awareness, and he's like, all right, it's time to do it again.
So now we have to just make sure that this scouting probe, Dragon has to make sure that no Hydras pop out at the third base when the probe is over there. Because you know the probe's going over there. As soon as the Hydra pops out, the gig's up. And I think Bonyth is just going to have too much. But as long as he can manage the larva, from Bonyth's point of view, you're playing a standard player. He already mixed it up once. Usually that means they're going to go back into what they're normally good at, standard play. There's 1 cannon for Bonyth. He doesn't expect this at all. And this time we have speed coming in. So it's going to be a lot of Hydras very quickly. This Zealot move out is probably going to be, oh my gosh. If 1 Zealot sneaks in or sees a Hydra pop, that's it. I can't see Bonyth losing. But if the Lings can keep the Zealots back, Dragon's got a good shot.
Yeah, but it is contingent on not allowing those Zerglings in. So he's got to defend here and now. More Lings popping out. The Zealots, if they're stopped in the natural, that's fine. But it looks like they want to bulldoze their way into the main. He's got to fight here and now. More Lings popping out behind this. He needs to try to target these Zealots down. He's doing a great job. The drone's actually getting into position to block the Zealots from getting into the main. He needs to stop it. He gets everything. He denies vision in the main, and all of a sudden, Bonyth has no awareness, no idea that he is about to get down and dirty Hydra Rush.
Yeah, but the one thing is why was the drone count so low at the natural?
Yeah.
That's what I would be wondering is why is it so low? And also forcing out those Lings delayed the Hydra push. The Sare is now coming. Remember last game, the Sare didn't get across the map until the Hydras were essentially at his base. Now the Sare sees it, and there's already 2 cannons this time. There's no range, so also there's no Ling support. So this is definitely gonna be a much easier hold for Bonyth, but he's got to get down more cannons. This is it for Dragon.
Yeah, Bonyth's gonna supply block him. He's gonna kill off 2 overlords. Oh no, he switched target fire. Yeah, okay, now he's gonna kill 1 overlord. If he gets the second one, he will supply block Dragon. So we're gonna have to invest at least a few Hydras in defense. More and more popping out though, and with that Hydra speed, they are running across the map. Hydra range. Wait, did he get range?
Starting.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he got range. Yeah, so he has range on these Hydras, so he can guarantee target down his Forge and Gateway. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is not losing the rest of your Overlords. These 2 Corsairs, they've already killed off 2 of them. Let's see how many more Hydras are coming out across the map. He's hiding the rest of them, 5 or 6 behind this. Just going to target down the buildings in the front before dealing with the cannons behind them.
I think this is too slow from Dragon.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the range and the speed. There's too many cannons up. They're all spread out. There's not Ling support. The Zealots are still alive. The Sares are still alive, so they can just move out and kill Overlords at will.
Also, he wasn't able to deny +1 on the Forge before it died either, so that upgrade is super crucial.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. The Corsairs are getting out. Let's see, how many more Overlords have they killed? 3 Overlords killed so far. Yeah, I think this is too slow, Nyoken.
Yeah, I also think this is too slow. Templars have already come out. Storm is halfway done. Yeah, of course, he doesn't know this, but from Zerg's point of view, are you honestly going to attack into 7 cannons? No, right? That's suicide.
No.
But that's probably his best shot is to go right now, because as soon as Storm comes out, that's it. It's not like he has a lair behind it. It's not like he has 5 hatch or upgrades going. This is all or nothing for him.
All right, so he's going to bring in kind of the hidden Hydras from the back and then just try to maybe tank with the Lings initially and then just go for it. He's going in, but yeah, he did kill off the Overlord, so maybe DTs could save him here if he desperately needs that. But yeah, there's no way these Hydras break through. He's trying to target down the cannons, but there's more cannons than there are Hydras at this point. I think Dragon, he's just tipped his hand.
Yeah, it was just too slow. The Zealot move out was brilliant for Bonyth. If he hadn't moved out, he wouldn't have suspected a thing. Those Lings would have been Hydras. We would have had Hydra speed versus 2 cannons. And for sure, I think Dragon would have busted through, but Bonyth just too smart for that. He didn't even see any Hydras pop out, but he just knew from the drone count, from the Lings, everything, that something weird was happening. And because of that, he built down a 3rd cannon, and he's just too airtight.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's not. Okay, I was gonna say let's not count our Polish all Polish player finals before attached, but I think we're moving in that direction. True Touch is waiting for the winner of this series, and unless Dragon can somehow pull it out with a layer just about to finish, I don't know. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, Dragon's trying to transition, but you can see Bonyth is already more than double in supply. The Sayers, again, it's just a sea of red for Dragon. They find every Overlord and kill it.
Yeah.
He's just supply blocked for days. And we have 7 gate for Bonyth. He's just going to wait for critical mass. Maybe just even one more cycle. He's got banked energy, and then it's going to be go time for him. And I think Dragon's only hope is to go for that Lurker Spore Sunken defense. That's what he's going for, but it's halfway done.
Well, he's trying to dodge. Oh, he does dodge 1 storm, so that's nice to not have to worry about. But I mean, there's just so many gateway units coming down here, and look at the Corsairs. They're killing off another Overlord. Oh my goodness, this is just gonna hurt so much. How much storm energy do we have here? It's gotta be insane. Does he really only have 1 High Templar? Okay, never mind. It's not as insane as I thought.
Yeah, so here comes most likely the killing blow from Bonyth. There's a perfect storm in the back. The Sayers are still alive. Zealots are chewing through, and that's going to be it. Bonyth is going to take down Dragon 3-2 in a pretty epic series.
Yeah, what a game. What a series. That whole thing. And when you look at the way that Game 5 ended, it's easy to forget that Dragon absolutely could have won game number 1. He had one of the sickest comebacks I've ever seen. He came back from 2 drones all the way to almost winning the game several times. His macro was incredible. He played this series immaculately. That same decision that lost him game 5 won him game 4, so you can't take that away from him. Just such an incredible showing there. And even if you guys see the Team Liquid thread and you see the score line for this 3-2, that's not going to tell you about the series and just how close it was. So congratulations to Bonyth for advancing on to play True Touch in the BSL Season 6 Grand Finals, man. Oh my god, it's just so epic. And if you want to watch these guys play again, we have the 3rd and 4th place match coming up before the grand finals tomorrow. So it's going to be DeWalt versus Dragon, and then True Touch versus Bonyth in the finals.
It's going to be all Zerg versus Protoss again. We're going to get to see Dragon Zerg for the 2nd day in a row. And he looked fantastic. Obviously, I'm sad that he lost. I'm a big Dragon fan. I'm also a big Bonyth fan. I don't really specifically have a favorite. But Bonyth showing why people consider him top. But Dragon's so close to being the top. Said it all along with BSL. Every player is so close. It just comes down to who played the best. And today, unfortunately, Bonyth just had slightly better play and ended up taking the game. But NA went the farthest it's ever gone. I think top 4. Yeah. We're so close to the finals next season. 100% NA in the finals. Where's Abby Love? I'm making the prediction.
Yeah, last season I think NA made it to round of 16, and then was it Tai2 dropped out? I think he was the last remaining NA player there. This season you made it round of 8. Then we had Dragon making round of 4. I'm just saying we're getting closer and closer. So congratulations to the players that won True Touch and Bonyth. We'll be seeing them play tomorrow. Once again, $1,000 on the line is the BSL Season 6 prize pool, of course, provided by Blizzard, so a big thanks to them. A big thanks to Zero for running everything behind the scenes and being the Gosu admin for the tournament, and of course to all of the other helpers with BSL. It would not be possible without Foxhan and Hadget and all the other guys working on this tournament. Also, I just want to say that if you're excited for more Brood War tomorrow, you can actually get excited for more Brood War today, because the KSL Season 3 online qualifiers are starting up in just about 4 hours from now. That'll be on twitch.tv/StarCraft, and I'll be casting that with Artosis in, like about 4 hours or so. So BSL finishes up just in time for 10 more hours of Brood War coming up later on. So big thanks to Nyoken, of course, my co-caster, as far as helping me out, because I was a little bit tired this morning from having woken up. So glad to have his brain and all of the big brains in chat helping out. So big thanks to everybody for watching. Any final words before I close things out, Nyoken?
No. Well, I guess a few. I'm looking forward to KSL. I signed up for it. I know a bunch of people signed up for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can go deep. Hopefully some foreigner can make it to the next round. I'm rooting for Eon Zerg. I know he signed up. I don't know who else signed up, but definitely give the foreigners your power. If we can get a foreigner to qualify for ASL, oh, I would lose it. Oh, also Artosis is there, so maybe just give your energy to Artosis. I believe in the Tosis.
All right, I will do that. Big thanks once again to everybody for coming out and watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the BSL Grand Finals, and in just a few hours for KSL qualifiers. So thanks to everybody for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.